I know your divine feet are a refuge, free from all sorrows and fear, eternally full of sweet nectar. At the soles of those lotus feet, I surrender myself and all I possess. O Lord, there is no other protection but you in this world of birth and death. At last, I know myself to be the eternal servant whose maintenance you have assured. Life before, without you, held nothing but sorrow. Now, I live free from all misery. Lakshmi, desiring such a place at your lotus feet, executed austerities only after securing a place by your lotus feet. Did Lord Shiva attain his Shivatva, or quality of auspiciousness? Upon obtaining those feet, Lord Brahma became successful in life, and the great sage Narada Muni held those 2 feet to his heart. Your lotus feet drive away all fear. Having held them to my head, I dance in great ecstasy, singing their glories. Your lotus feet will deliver Bhaktivinoda from all the perils of worldly journey. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai. वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय, ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga, Jai Shri Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudhirayat nashta prayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavatuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistike yam svanubhavakilam shrutisaramekham adhyatma deepamati tirshatam tamundham samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam tam vyasa sunupayami gurum muninam mukham karuti vachalam phagum langayate girim tatkripatamaham vande shri gurum dinatarine ajanulambita bhujau kanakavadato sankirtane kapitaro kamalaya takshau vishvambaro dvijavaro yugadharmapalo vande jagat priyakaro karunavataro nityananda vadutendurvasudha pranavallabha Jahnavi Jivitapatir Krishna Prema Pradah Prabhu Padmavati Shriman Sutaha Sachinandana Purvajaha Bhavan Matta Jagatrata Rakta Gaura Kalevaram Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyai Vasha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapurana, 4th Canto, chapter 28, text number 21. Sanchintayet Bhagavatas Charanarvindam. Sanchintayet Bhagavatas Charanarvindam. Sanchintayet Bhagavatas Charanarvindam. Sanchintayet Bhagavatas Charanarvindam. Vajram Kushadbhaja Saroruholan Chanabhyam. Vajram Kushadbhaja Saroruholan Chanabhyam. Uttungarakta Vilasam Nakachakravala. Uttungarakta Vilasam Nakachakravala. Jyotsnabhirahatamat dhritayandhakaram. Jyotsnabhirahatamat dhritayandhakaram. Actually, Sanskrit is very nice. When you practice makes man perfect. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Abhyasa yoga yuktinam anichaptam dhananjaya. Abhyasam kartum nishchitam asti. Because this is direct connection with transcendental universe. Shall we try once more? It's really, really nice. It's mantras actually. Sanchintayet Bhagavatas Charanarvindam.
Sanchintayet Bhagavatas Charanarvindam.
Vajram Kushadbhaja Saroruholan Chanabhyam. Uttungarakta Vilasam Nakachakravala. Jyotsnabhirahatamat dhritayandhakaram. Sanchintaya Bhagavatas Charanarvindam Vajram Kushadvaja Sarvoruhalanchanadhyam Uttungarakta Vilasannaka Chakravala Jyotsna Virahatamaha Hridayannakaram Sanchintaya Bhagavatas Charanarvindam Vajram Kushadvaja Sarvoruhalanchanadhyam Uttungarakta Vilasannaka Chakravala Jyotsna Virahatamaha Hridayannakaram. Mataji, please. Sanchintaya Bhagavatas Charanarvindam Vajram Kushadvaja Sarvoruhalanchanadhyam Uttungarakta Vilasannaka Chakravala Jyotsna Virahatamaha Hridayannakaram. Sancintayet. You should concentrate. Bhagavata of the Lord. Charana Arvindam on the lotus feet. Vajra thunderbolt. Ankusha God. Rod for driving elephants. Dvaja banner. Saroruha lotus. Lanchana marks. Adhyam adorned with. Uttunga prominent. Rakta red. Vilasat brilliant. Naka nails. Chakravala the circle of the moon. Jyotsnabhi with splendor. Ahata dispelled. Mahat thick. Hridaya of the heart. Andhakaram darkness. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. The devotees should first concentrate his mind on the Lord's lotus feet, which are adorned with the marks of the thunderbolt, a god, a banner, and the lotus. The splendor of their beautiful ruby nails resembles the orb of the moon and dispels the thick gloom of one's heart. Purport. The Mayavadi says that because one is unable to fix his mind on the impersonal existence of the Absolute Truth, one can imagine any form he likes and fix his mind on that imaginary form. But such a process is not recommended here. Imagination is always imagination and results only in further imagination. A concrete description of the eternal form of Lord is given here. The Lord's soul is depicted with distinctive lines resembling a thunderbolt, a flag, a lotus flower, and God. The luster of his toenails, which are brilliantly prominent, resembles the light of the moon. If a yogi looks upon the marks of the Lord's soul and on the blazing brilliance of his nails, then he can be freed from the darkness of ignorance in material existence. This liberation is not achieved by mental speculation, but by seeing the light emanating from the lustrous toenails of the Lord. In other words, one has to fix his mind first on the lotus feet of the Lord if he wants to be freed from the darkness of ignorance in material existence. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnana-anjana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. In Brahma Samhita is explained, Pantastu koti satavatsara sambragamyo Vayorathapi manaso muni pungavanam Sopyasti yat prapadasim avicintya tattve Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. The great yogis and rishis, the great yogis and rishis, they may do tapasya, austerities and their speculation, but they can fly in this universe with the speed of mind, but they still cannot achieve the lotus feet of the Lord, his toenails. Cannot. It is explained also that no any amount of tapasya, austerities, no any penances, no any material things can impress and the Lord and give one opportunity to reach his lotus feet. Rahugana tapasana yati nachijayani ropanat grihadva nachantasa nirva jalagni surya vina mahat padarajo abhishekam. So without the dust from lotus feet of Vaishnavas, one can never ever achieve the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. And I was reading today morning prayers of Queen Kunti. She is praying in the 8th chapter of SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM. She says that actually all our kingdom marked by the wonderful impressions of your lotus feet. That's why we have this kind of opulence, and it's therefore looks beautiful. Yes, she says that. Tvat padair ankita bhati swalakshana vilakshitaha. She says, actually we can see this beauty because your lotus feet mark, you walked here. And she always says, very, very wonderful text, comparing the lotus feet and lotus navel, lotus eyes of Krishna with lotuses. We can see the same comparison here. Namah pankaja nabhaya, namah pankaja malini, namah pankaja netraya, namaste pankajam graye. She says Krishna is himself like a lotus. And it's interesting, why Krishna compared to the lotus? I was meditating. Mayavadis, they can never understand this. Mayavadi bhashya sunali, bhakti sarvanash. And this world is full of this nirvishesha shunyavadi, with all philosophies, because there is no God. Such a beautiful kingdom, but without God. As they say, Ram Rajya without Ram. And it was one poet, Walter Scott. Have you heard his name, Walter Scott, in England? So he actually also made one poem. Oh, what an entangled web we waved when we were practiced to deceive. How much net we weaved when we practiced to deceive. So because in this material world, everybody trying to deceive each other. And this Mayavadi is actually such a cheating propensity. They're using, especially in India, they're using dress as a sannyasis, very religious thing. They're even giving lectures on Bhagavad Gita. Yes, courses, art of living, and many, many things. But at the end, Om, nothing. Nirakar, Brahma, Om Mane Padma. Nothing is there. But otherwise, everything is nice, covered. And innocent people, they can be easily attracted by this beauty of the Vedic mantras. And see, we were sitting, I was feeling like we're in Himalayas, in Badrika Ashram, and we chanting dan 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 dan. Wow, it's like my rishis sitting here in Himalayas, actually, in Badrika Ashram, and chanting mantras, which was unheard of. In fact, I was reading that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, listen to this, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he had this practice, his sannyasis, Naishtiki brahmacharis and sannyasis, they were practicing these mantras and studying Bhagavatam canto by canto. They were chanting and making exams and discussing these things, and then they're reporting to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. With his permission, they go to the next canto and next canto and next canto. Right? So we see this. First canto, first two cantos, they are Lotus Pada Padma, they are two lotus feet of Krishna. And by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, which we're going to discuss briefly, shortly, he gave us the lotus feet of Krishna in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam. And we can, all Srimad Bhagavatam is nothing but Krishna Swarup. This is a form of Krishna. And we are studying this from lotus feet and then, going slowly up to his navel, and then we're going to the chest, and then we're going to the face, and finally Panchamaha Adhyaya is the smile of Krishna, and then we're going up and up 11 and 12 canto, his crown, beautiful peacock. But many people, they want to jump from zero to hero, directly to Rasa Panchadhyaya, then sing with gopis and some rasa, Haripol, so many apasampradayas, Aula, Baula, Saki Beki, Gauranga Nagari. And in the Western countries, luckily we don't have that problem. We didn't have that problem. Now we're slowly getting into that. So many speculations, so many different cooks spoil the broth. Everybody coming mixture, and it became popular. Yoga, Ayurveda, Anulom Vilom Bastrika, so many mixture, Yoga Mishra Bhakti, Astrology Mishra Bhakti, and Jnana Mishra Bhakti, and we are losing this main thing, which is lotus feet of Krishna and full surrender. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, when his sannyasis, Naishtiki, Brahmacharis, Pakka sannyasis, those who never even get married in their lives, they came to 9th canto Bhagavatam, and then they completed that Bhagavatam, and they said, Srila Gurudev, can we go and study 10th canto Bhagavatam? And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati wrote them, no, go to 11, straight to 11, 10th canto, you're not qualified to read 10th canto Bhagavatam. He didn't allow them to enter 10th canto Bhagavatam. Sannyasis and all his, great, you can't even imagine how powerful sannyasis, disciples he had. One Ananta Vasudeva and others, they were Shrutidharas. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he never had computer with him. He was, when he needed to know something, okay, such and such Upanishad, chapter number 3, text number 5. Okay, I want this Kurma Purana or this Padma Purana, chapter such and such. And then Shrutidharas, they were completely equipped with no Veda base, nothing. Just they were carrying this knowledge with them. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati didn't allow them to study Srimad Bhagavatam. 10th canto, Krishna's pastimes. You are not qualified. Go to 11th canto. And Srila Prabhupada, when he came to the West, and he sent three couples to London, and he told George Harrison, print Krishna book. Straight away. All Krishna's pastimes, everything. And to whom he gave? To hippies. To all the most degraded flowers of societies, completely to people, those who didn't hear even the name of Krishna. Till 20 years old, I never even heard the name of Krishna, myself personally. Who is this blue boy? Looks like girl. I asked as I told last time, somebody cheated me. This Hare Krishna, very dangerous people actually. Coming, what is this? I said, who is this guy? This a nice pretty girl. I said, no, this is God. Really? Looks like girl? And he told me, no, it's not he looks like girl. It's all girls looks like him. Because he's the source of all beauty. Yat vibhuti mattatvam shrimat urjitam evava. So everything beautiful comes from him. I said, wow, that's cool. And then this is God, very nice girl, God. So we didn't even know about Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada gave boom, directly Krishna Lila. Prabhupada said, how we can love God if you don't even know who is he, how he looks like. And Prabhupada said, I give you everything. How God looks like, what he's doing, where he's staying. We even give you telephone number directly, hotline. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare. So this is Mayavadis, they created the network of cheating. Cheating, completely cheating, misdirected civilization. So Prabhupada said, this Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran is a literature which can create revolution in the hearts of misdirected civilization. Janatasya viplavo, revolution. And this is nothing but revolution in consciousness. So this world is full of anxiety, Beginning from Lord Brahma. When he was born, he was trying to understand. Andhakara, Timir andhasya. He couldn't understand. He went to the stem of the lotus. He was trying. So try, but don't cry. You will not be able to understand. This is your own endeavor. Gyane prayasam udapasya namanta eva. You can never understand. We need the mercy. Prasada lesha nugrihita eva hi janati tattvam. Lesha means little bit mercy we need. How to obtain that mercy? Very interesting. In fact, on this text, we can discuss months and months, if not years. I was just thinking how we can glorify the glory of the lotus feet of Krishna. Even Krishna doesn't understand how sweet my lotus feet. My devotees, to get the shelter of my lotus feet, they can go to hell. What is there in those feet? Narayanah parah sarvena kutaschana vidyate swarga pavargan narakeshu apituli arthadarshinaha. My devotees are crazy. They are crazy. For me, what is there? So, and by sitting in Narayana, sitting with Gada Chakra Padma, all these big officials in the office, Krishna was thinking, no, I want to taste that. And then he became a small baby in the Markandeya Rishi story. They will start to tell the story, otherwise we'll end up by tomorrow Mangalarati. So, and then Markandeya Rishi in the suffering and anxiety in the ocean for kalpas, he was struggling because he wanted to understand by his endeavor what is Maya. But somehow Krishna, we want to know, okay, let's see. And he was struggling with big sharks. Big sharks of those who want to, Timian Gilas, and this ocean of material existence, Mrityu Samsara Sagarat. Oh Prabhu, we have a problem. You don't know what is problem. Srila Prabhupada, I'm your insignificant servant. I have big problem. Prabhupada said, how insignificant jiva can have significant problem. Your problem also insignificant. Because when you elevate the consciousness, when we're on the ground, we can see big skyscrapers and small buildings and big skyscrapers. But when you come on the 11,000 feet in the flight, you can see everything becomes same. Dust, nothing can be seen even. So similarly, when we elevate our consciousness, this material world becomes tuchhavat, become insignificant. So this Markandeya Rishi was really struggling, and he saw in banyan leaf, Krishna was lying in form of baby, small baby, sucking on his feet, toe. Very tasty. Can you imagine when Narayana will sit with all this paraphernalia and start to suck on his feet? People will think something wrong with him, something problem. Sometimes I'm saying, when we're giving class and small baby start to walk around, and he sits on the lap of one Mataji, pulling her sari, and going as a Mataji, sit down, and then going here and there. Okay, nobody taking him say, Babu, go. Because nobody taking him seriously. Small baby doing whatever he wants. But can you imagine when elderly man all of a sudden stand up and going and sit on the lap of Mataji and start to pull her? Something wrong. We have to call the police. Similarly, when we can see the big rishis and start to speak all kind of nonsense, start to behave with very strange way, the refusing existence of God. They are mad people. Matta means crazy. So we have to become crazy, but for whom? For Krishna Katha, for his lotus feet. That's why Dhruva Maharaj, he says, actually Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur, he says, we're living in the ocean of tears. This world is like ocean of tears. Ashru Sagara. And there are many aquatics which want to eat you up in the form of anger, greed, depression, and whatnot. You look at those people, smiling faces, crying hearts, emptiness. And I was traveling all over the world for the last 40 years. I've seen that people so poor that the only thing they have is money. They're so poor that the only thing they have is money. Emptiness. Purposeless. There is no A, B, C, D, A, behavior, character, discipline whatsoever. So people suffer. And this ocean of material existence, so many sharks there to eat you. And as Dhruva Maharaj, he prays in his prayers to Lord Vishnu, my dear Lord, I am not afraid of this ocean because I am crazy actually. I am drunkard. I am intoxicated. Gunakatham Britapanamata. He says that actually, Bhaktir muhu pravahatam tvaimi prasango bhuya tananta mahatam amala shayanam yananja sopana marubhya sadam bababdhim nisye bhavat guna kathamrita panamatha. Pana means drunkard, I'm intoxicated to the Krishna Katha. That's why I'm not afraid of this ocean of material existence with so many blazing dangers. And I'm intoxicated with your Krishna Katha, with your holy name. Same thing Prahlad Maharaj said, my dear Lord, I don't mind all these problems. I don't have any problems. Raja Sangha, I'm associating with pure devotees, and Magna Chitta, I'm completely bewildered by your Krishna Katha. I don't care what's happening around me even. As Srila Intradhyumna Maharaj was saying about, Mohan, when he was chanting at midnight, he said, I'm not of this world. Because you start to realize it like a lotus. You are in, like Jesus said, you are in this world but not of this world. But to go deeper and to cross this ocean, we definitely need mercy. And lotus, he always in the water, but not touched by the water. Very, very actually amazing comparison. And that's why we are worshipping lotus feet of Krishna. And we are worshipping those who took shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. Every day we Om Gyanati we chanting Vishnu Padaya Bhutalina. So Vishnu Padaya. We're praying to spiritual masters, those who took shelter of lotus feet of Krishna. Because to take a shelter of lotus feet of Krishna, Maitreya Rishi in 3rd Canto BHAGAVATAM actually, he very nicely explains this, very, very nice text. It's in 3.5.41. You read purpose as a homework. He says, it's very, very nice sentence. Marganti yatti mukha padmanidais chandah suparnai rishayo vimukti yasya ghamar soda saridvarayaha padam tirtha padah prapannaha. He says that the lotus feet of the Lord are by themselves the shelter of all places of pilgrimage. The great clear-minded sages, carried by the winds of the Vedas, always search after the nest of your lotus face. Some of them surrender to your lotus feet at every step by taking shelter of the best of rivers, Ganges, which can deliver one from all sinful reactions. So Prabhupada explains that like a bird left the nest and going around and tired, and coming back, and when coming to the nest back, completely sheltered, very, very happy, back to home. And our nest actually is lotus feet of Krishna. And we can also see that this material world is very, very dangerous, really. Perhaps maybe it's not much field here in New Govardhan, beautiful, beautiful place. But I assure you, go a little bit outside, especially to Ukraine at the moment, or Iran, or you can go a little bit few years back, coronavirus or whatnot. People dying in millions at the very moment we are sitting now. And if you are thinking that we are out of danger, well, we are in great danger. If you are thinking that we are out of danger, we are in great danger. Because any moment, samasrita ye padapallava plavam mahatpadam punyayasho murarihi bhavam budhirvatsa padam param padam yati padam natisham. So Shastra says, actually intelligent people, they understand that this world in every step, so many slips between cup and lips. Anytime, anything can happen. You'll be diagnosed with cancer or diabetes, or some bomb will fall down, or somebody smash your car, or anything can happen. And you don't have time. That's why devotees are not wasting their time. They are, avyakta kalatvam. They're not wasting time. Every second of time is very valuable. Ayushakshana ekopi nalabhya sona kotibhi. 1 second of time we cannot buy by millions of golden coins. We cannot. And time is passing, and durlabha manasam janma. But it's only a question of what we choose. Do we choose padam tirtha padam, or we choose padam yadvi padam natesam? So we want to take every time shelter of this material world, or we want to take shelter of lotus feet of Krishna, which is pallava plavam. Pallava means lotus bud of the flower, and the plavam means boat. strong boat which can cross to this material ocean. And because those saintly people who taking shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna by dedicating their life, Srila Prabhupada used to say, my life is my lecture. No need to be big words, big manasa anya, karmana anya, vachana anya, iti kripanaha. Speaking something, doing something. In Hindi they say, mukh mein nam bahal mein chori. So they're doing something, and then Prabhupada said, give me cigarette, my throat is dry, give me some cigarette. Go wait a minute. Our actions speak more loudly than our words. So that's why sometimes, I remember once I had seen a movie, it's called Brother Sun, Sister Moon, about Francis Assisi, Christian movie. And as a Francis, very nice, saintly character, he gave up everything. He was giving everything. Giving hand will never be empty, because spiritual life is to grow. This is the path from childish selfishness to the maturity of selflessness. Manasa deha geha jo kichu more arpilu tu apadinanda kishore. To surrender everything. Not just $10 or just one time in a week for 1 hour. Do some exercise, come, touch the temple and go away. Do your independent business. No, surrender everything and to do what Anukulya Krishna, what Krishna wants from us. And he wants us to go back to God. But Francis, he just gave everything, and father said, what are you doing? I gave you this cloth, I gave you everything, what are you doing? He said, oh, now you are controlling me by that you gave me this cloth and provide me education and so like that. Oh, okay. Then publicly he removed the cloth and became Naga Baba. He gave completely cloth, take your cloth back. His girlfriend was also in that crowd. Confirmed, thank you. So he completely renounced everything. Tyaga, Vairagya Vijja Nija Bhakti Yoga Shiksha Tameka Purushah Purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shariradhari Kripam Purisyastamaham Prapadhi. Gita, I was always saying, Bhagavad Gita, you can speak Gita, meaning of the spiritual knowledge is in the name itself. Gita, 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 Gita. Sarva dharma parityaja mamekam sharanam braja. We have to give up everything one day. We have to give up everything. So he gave everything, and he went and started to make some church for some leprosy people, some stones and broken church. And his friends, very, very posh friends, came with nice woolen dress. Hey Francis, what happened to you? And he put some kind of sacks of potato, make cloth out of some kind of thrown bags or sacks of potato. He make and this guy came in posh dress. They asked, Francis, what are you doing? Can we help you? And he didn't even look at them. And he told them, it was the time I believed the words. It was the time I believed the words, actions. And these friends, they were good friends, they got the point. And they went to their homes and distributed also. And became brahmacharis, came back and joined Sankirtan party. Francis, and they put also the sacks of potato, so brahmachari dress. Can we help you now? Oh, now that's different business. Okay, come on the board. And then they make this movement. We are in international movement of Krishna consciousness, not international seating for Krishna consciousness. We have to move and we have to establish this movement. So I was thinking, this is very nice. So those who took the shelter of lotus feet of Krishna, they can get that particles of saffron, as it is explained in 4th Canto BHAGAVATAM. I believe Prithu Maharaj, he speaks with Sanat Kumar, he says, actually, how we can get that bhakti? Vishnu Pada. Those who took shelter of lotus feet of Krishna, they can give that lotus feet to others. Krishna se tomara, Krishna dite paro, tomara shakati ache. Hami to kangala Krishna Krishna boli, dhaita vo pache pache. So that's why devotees tirtha pada, they call tirtha. Tirtha kurvanti tirthani. Because they took shelter of lotus feet of Krishna. And lotus feet of Krishna is above of all tirthas. source of all tirthas. We know that example of Mahatma Vidurji, Uncle Vidura. He came after so many years of pilgrimage, he came back to Hastinapura to deliver this Dhritarashtra, and Yudhishthira Maharaj called him Tirtha Kurvanti Tirthani. You are the place of pilgrimage. Association with you is very rare. Tulayamalavina pina swargam na punarbhava bhagavat sangha sangasya martyanam kimutasi saha. Association of devotees can never be compared neither with heavenly planets nor with the opulence of this material world, because you are tirtha. And what is tirtha? Tirtha, one of the, of course, pure place, but another meaning of tirtha, when you can come to Nepal and we have this Kaligandaki. Big current of water comes and it's very deep, like Ganga, Ganges. Huge, you cannot cross it like that, even with a boat. You cannot, simple boat. You'll drown there. But there are some places where water is a little shallow. And you can actually cross even by foot. Sometimes the water getting a little bit less. And but that place you can actually cross, even by walking. So that place where you can easily cross the river called Tirtha. This ocean called Mrityu Samsara Sagarat, ocean of tears. You cannot cross it. By the mercy of Vaishnavas, they are Tirthas. It sounds very easy. Chant, dance. We are dancing out from this material world. It sounds like it's very simple. It's very simple, but not easy. Try to dance all lifetime, like Srila Mahavishnu Maharaj dancing, 85 years old, 6 hours Harinam every day. Try. Let me see. Oh, it's very easy. Some people will say, oh, what's sannyasi is. Try to dance out and be crazy for kirtan and holy name, like that, all lifetime. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing in Prabhupada, Prakashananda Saraswati. Hey, why are you dancing like sentimental girl? What is this, dancing club? Hey, Amar Guru Amar Murkho Deka Kuriya Sasan. My Guru Maharaj told me I'm fool number one. Well, Srila Prabhupada said, you all fools! And everybody sitting, looking down, and one disciple said, yes Prabhupada, I'm fool. Except you, everybody fool. You are very intelligent. To understand that I'm fool requires some intelligence. That's why you are very intelligent. We have to become fools. That's why Lotus, actually, it is explained in Scripture. I wanted to read the shloka. Sa uttama shloka maham mukhachuto bhavat padamboja sudha kananila smritim punarvismrita tattva vartmanam kuyoginam no vitarat alambarehi. It is explained in 4th Canto BHAGAVATAM. Oh my dear Lord, you are glorified by the selected verses uttered by the great personalities. Such glorification of your lotus feet is just like a saffron particles. When the transcendental vibration from the mouth of great devotees carried the aroma of the saffron dust of your lotus feet, the forgetful living entities gradually remembers his eternal relationships with you. Devotees thus gradually come to the right conclusion about the value of life. My dear Lord, I therefore do not need any other benediction but the opportunity to hear from the mouth of your pure devotee. Transcendental chemistry, you see. They took shelter of lotus feet, they're getting the saffron dust, and through the mouth they're speaking, and through the ears it's impregnating, and Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta Korya Udoy, and that flower of bhakti, start to grow, and then Shubhada, Kleshagni, auspiciousness, freedom from sufferings, sprouting slowly, slowly, slowly. Otherwise there is no hope. There is no chance to get out on our own. So, and that's why, yes, I'm scared. I didn't even, actually honestly speaking, I didn't even start lecture. I was thinking to prepare something, then to tell some stories and examples, confirm. But what to do? I have to conclude. Do I have 10 more minutes with you?
Yes.
You alright? So, yes, we have to take shelter of lotus feet, and only devotees can take shelter of lotus feet. And others they cannot. They cannot. Sounds very easy. Oh, sarva dharman paritya mamayekam sharanam praja. That's all. It's easy. You are liberated. Not because yogi, jnani, karmi, sakala ashanta. Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Ataeva Shanta. Only peaceful devotee can take shelter of lotus feet. And then such a devotee can propagate Tava Kathamritam, Tapta Jivanam. They can cool down the sufferings of society, of this human society, by giving the essence of scriptures. Yam Swami Bhavakilam Shruti Saramekam Adhyatma Deepam Atiti Tirshatam Tamo Andham. Same word is used, blindness. Because all world now going in the wrong direction, madness. Andhaya Natevi Duk Swartha Gatim. They don't know their beneficial goal of life. Andhaya Thandarupaniya Manas Tipisha Tantra Murdam Nibandha. One blind leading another blind, and nations going to hell. Literally, millions of people suffering, and they don't, and they just for the sake of small happiness. Sukhalesha hetu ananta dukkham chanaveda mudha. Unlimited sufferings, and they don't even know about this. Just see the fun. They don't even know. They're driving the car with closed eyes, without GPS, going full speed, like Formula #1. Where are you going? I don't know, but I'm going straight. I'm going to crash. GPS means Guru Parampara system, basically. GPS. And that's why we need some eyes. That's why we're praying to Guru, Oma Gyana Timirandhasya Andhasya Gyananjana Shalagaya Chakshur Unmilitam Gyena. He gives us the eyes to see reality. That's why it is explained that Guru's lotus feet, and he is not different, Acharya is not different from Krishna. So therefore, lotus feet of Acharya, we're taking shelter of lotus feet of spiritual master. And lotus feet, Shri Guru, Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma, taking shelter of lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna, spiritual master. And why lotus? Very briefly, I'll just simply point, otherwise it is explained that there's one bird, bumblebee, sometimes attracted by the wonderful smell of ketaki flower. And ketaki flower has very thorny bushes, It's very smelly, but it's growing inside the jungle, and very, very thorny bushes. And when bumblebee comes with his tiny wings, cutting the wings against this, thorns. So much pain. It's very tasty, but very painful. It cuts over her body. And then what to do? What's the relief? This bumblebee going and taking shelter of the lotus flower, because lotus honey is very cooling. Lotus is very cooling flower. Even in India, it's very hot, but lotus somehow is very cool, because it's growing in the water and very cool. Nitai pada kamala koti chandra sushitala. Shitala means very, very cool. We are taking shelter of lotus feet of spiritual master Nityananda, Adiguru, to cool down from this all crazy material existence. So much kamagni, krodagni, lobagni, irshagni, people boiling with anger and envy and resentfulness. Even in spiritual organizations, trust me. Just because he put some piece of mud and changed the out attire and put on some bitan shnik shnik hiri hiri brum brum doesn't make us devotees. Qualities, yasyasti bhaktir bhagavata kinchana sarvair gunai tatra samasati sura. Harav abhaktasya kuto mahatgunan manorathena sati tamato bahihi. By practicing genuine bhakti, person has to develop genuine qualities of demigods. Sarvair gunai tatra samasati sura. And one of the qualities is forgiveness, tolerance, humility, freedom from arrogance, amanitvam, adambitam, ahimsa, etc., etc. But we can see sometimes behavior of people speak so loudly. Wow, you're thinking, man, it's supposed to be senior devotee or something like no. But we have new fight. Unfortunately, all people there, materialistic people, they're always fighting. And that's why we have to take shelter of lotus feet. And I was reading an 8th Canto BHAGAVATAM, today morning also, because I just made a few notes. 8th Canto, you read proper, it's homework for all of us. 8th Canto, 9th chapter, text number 28. It's explained, and Prabhupada, I think it's one of the powerful commentaries Prabhupada explained in BHAGAVATAM. The place, the time, the cause, the purpose, the activities, the ambition were all the same for both the demigods and demons. But the demigods achieved one result and the demons another. Because the demigods are always under the shelter of the dust of lotus feet of the Lord. They could very easily drink the nectar and get the result. The demons, however, not having sought shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, were unable to achieve the result they desired. Take shelter of lotus feet. It means to fulfill his desires. And Prabhupada writes, of course, you read this, I will not go through that. He speaks karmis and devotees. He says, the karmis transmigrate through different bodies in the cycle of birth and death, sometimes going upward and sometimes down, thus suffering results in their action in karma chakra. But the devotees, however, because they fully surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord, never baffled in their attempts. And then he says, Phalena parichiyate. One's success or defeat in any activity understood by its result. There are many karmis in the dress of devotees, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead can detect their purpose. The karmis want to use the property of the Lord for their selfish sense gratification, puja, pratishtha, followers, name it. Therefore, but a devotee endeavors to use the Lord's property for God's service. Therefore, a devotee is always distinct from karmis, although karmis may dress like devotees. So we can see that what is our mentality, that's why we are worshipping lotus feet of Krishna. And lotus also, compared to that, honey of the lotus, when you're getting the honey, it's also good for the vision. In Ayurveda, when people have some very weak vision, you drop honey, so it's improving the vision. Lotus honey. Also very good for digestion. Spiritual life, devotional service compared is a digestion fire. It can digest all our sins. And also, lotus sometimes opening, sometimes closing. When mercy, sun, the mercy of Krishna is there, then it's opening, we can progress very nicely. But when somebody falling out of grace, when he starts to think, I know them better than Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, what service I can do for you? Go for book distribution. Wrong guess, Guru Maharaj, try again. Because I know better than you what to do. I always give this example when Guru tells him, go and bring me a glass of water. Yes, Guru Maharaj, yes. He goes and says, why water? Guru Maharaj doesn't understand. Milk much more calories there. It's much more good for health, milk. And better than milk is sweet rice. Let me go to the market, buy some nice rice, basmati, nice milk, ahimsa milk, I'll do everything. Guru Maharaj doesn't understand, it's good for health, milk better. He works for 2-3 hours cooking nice sweet rice and after 2 hours bringing, Guru Maharaj, I brought for you, forget about water, sweet rice is better for you. Where have you been 3 hours? I was going for your benefit, Guru Maharaj, take rice, sweet rice. Fool, I need water to put tilak. Because he's trying to become over smart than Guru. And Prabhupada said, don't speculate, I give you everything. You go back to Godhead, I give you enough. Don't try to, that's why I always give example in army, we were studying this, how to detect the bombs from the field, minefield. And when there's some machine, you can see some iron in the ground, then you slowly taking it out. And finally when your path clear, Mahajano Yinagata Sapanta, Panta means path. And you're putting flags on the one side and another side. And the person who detected all the bombs making clear path for the main army to come. Soldiers and machines and tanks and whatever. But they're putting flags this side and that side, flags. And they have to sign the paper. I'm taking full responsibility. There is no bombs here. If something happened, I will be prosecuted, I will be punished. I go to jail. Full responsibility means responsibility. I'm taking full responsibility. But from this flag till that flag. If you want to be curiosity, kill the cat. You go that side 1 inch over there, it's not my responsibility. What can I do? So similarly, people, they don't want to follow parampara, they try to speculate. That's why they are baffled in their attempts. And that's why by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, I'll conclude with one story. how Srila Prabhupada gave us this vision to see completely different perspective. Srila Prabhupada, he was distributing this Pada Padma. First Canto Bhagavatam, he brought to America. How he brought it is another case. He was struggling, bringing these books. He was the biggest book distributor. He brought this Bhagavatam, and for 1 year, we're reading this wonderful book of His Holiness Mukunda Maharaj, Miracle on 26 2nd Avenue. How he was struggling. I just came from Alachua, and I happened to have a nice discussion with Achyutananda Prabhu. I mean, I tell you, he wrote one book, it's called, Blazing Sadhus. Have you read this book? Blazing Sadhus, or Don't Trust the Swamiji who cannot dance, who doesn't know how to dance. Blazing Sadhus. Anyway, it was very far out, how they were sharing the same towel. Prabhupada was sharing his own towel with Gargamuni Brahmananda, with hippies. Prabhupada was struggling there. He said, well, Prabhupada told me, come and stay with us, 26 2nd Avenue. Have you been in 26 2nd Avenue? Tiny small room, nothing is there. He said, no, Swamiji, no. And he went to the room. He was staying in some room. No, I have my own place. And he went, and next morning, you see, ceiling cracking. What's going on? He merely grabbed something and jumped out from the room. He grabbed some simple things, get out from the room, and this ceiling fall down. His room was completely collapsed. All of a sudden, wow, what the blessings of Swamiji, I have to go now there. And he forced to go and stay in the 26th 2nd Avenue. And there were Gargamuni, Brahmananda, just few of them, and they were big rats, they are moving there, they had only one, to cover themselves, nothing they have, and they stay in toilet morning time. Prabhupada stand in the line also with them. Such a humble behavior. It's another thing, I was giving one seminar about Chandogya Upanishad, where Narada Muni came to Sanat Kumar, and he was asking Sanat Kumar, can you teach me something? And Sanat Kumar asked him, come on, you are Guru of all world, what can I teach you? And Narada Muni said, no, but I want to learn something. And Sanat Kumar asking him, what do you know first, tell me, what do you know? And Narada Muni tells, I know Vedas, Puranas, Samhitas, Aranyakas, Upanishads, and astrology, Jyotish, and some different Sangitas, and all Vedic literature he mentions. Sanat Kumar said, then what I can teach you, you know everything. He's a Guru of all Srimad Bhagavatam. He said, but it's only words for me, just only aksharas. I cannot feel this knowledge. Teach me. Then Sanat Kumar says, all right, I see your sincere desire, Laulyam Akalamulyam, I can teach you. You know the words of knowledge, letters, aksharas, worship them. Next step, he tells him, you worship them. That's why we are worshipping Srimad Bhagavatam. You worship those words. Oh really? Anything else than that? Yes. Kirtana. Then you have to speak those words. So in step by step, I don't go in details, but he tells, then worship them, then speak them, then you have to go, then higher than that, oh yes, manasa, because it desires there. And then higher than that, he says many things. He says then bala, power, because if you know everything, you have nice desire, but you don't have power, achyuta bala, you don't have power to distribute that knowledge, then what's you? Krishna Shakti Vinanahi Parvatana. That's what Prabhupada said, now I put Krishna Balaram, now we are safe. Because when Krishna is smiling and Balaram is here, now we are safe, because Balaram Horanitaya, he is a Nityananda, Avadhuta, and also crazy guy, Avadhuta. He distributes patra apatra, he gives to everyone, holy name, even to Jagai Madhai, Prabhupada said. And if you want to dry this ocean of tears, if you want to dry, we have to make him smile. And if Krishna smiles, slightly smiles, then ocean of tears will be dried. Hasam hari avanatakila loka timra shoka ashu sagara vishoshana atyudharam. When Hari smiles, Jagannath smiles, then ocean of tears dries. Some siddhi, harito ocean. That's why we are pleasing Krishna, pleasing Guru. That's why this is explained that when we really please spiritual Vaishnavas, spiritual master, we're taking who took shelter, then we can have some hope, because they change our vision. And once Srila Prabhupada, by giving us this chakshu, Dam Dino Jai Janme Janme, Prabhu said, he brought the Srimad Bhagavatam. We have such a great privilege to read every day that even sannyasis and big yogis, they cannot get access to. Once Srila Prabhupada, last thing I will share with you, he was carrying Bhagavatam set in New York. And he was going from shop to shop along, struggling. In one diary Prabhupada wrote, today nobody came, nobody gave donations. It is hopeless. It is hopeless. I don't know. My brothers, God brothers now in Mayapur celebrating Adivas, Gaura Purnima, but I am sitting here alone. Prabhupada writes. But I know that Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Haridas Thakur, they have some plan for me. That's why I surrender to their will. Even I don't know. What is the plan? Make me dance. Make me dance as you want, my dear Lord. So he was going, distributing books. And one day he was walking near to one shop, exhibition room, big display window. Nothing was there. And he went, blum, blum. He opened the door and one old lady was sitting there. And Prabhupada said, excuse me, can I display my books on your window here in the shop? He said, no! This is not spiritual place. Get out from here. What? No, cannot put any books here. Who are you thinking you are? Get out from here. Prabhupada said, okay, don't get angry, please. No, okay. No, don't get angry. And Prabhupada said, can I have one small kindness? Can you give me a glass of water? Glass of water, because I'm old man. Can you give me a glass of water? So, people in America, they respect elderly people. Okay. And she brought him a glass of water. And Prabhupada said, excuse me, can I have a chair, please? He said, okay, this is a chair. And Prabhupada sit down and gorgeously, like aristocratically. Slowly he drank the water. When he finished this glass of water, he said, excuse me, can I display my books at your windows? And she said, why not? It's called Sukriti. By serving spiritual master, by serving devotees, we can gain Sukriti. And by that Sukriti, Prakashante Mahatmana. Yasya devetatha gurau, tasyait kathina hyartah, Prakashante Mahatmanaha. We can, our Adhyatma Deepak, that torchlight of knowledge will be sprouted in our heart, and we can change our perspective, and we can get chance to serve at the feet of the Lord and His devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki jai. Gaura Premanande.